Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this fine Sunday evening of the spring in the UK. Hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I hope the weather's been good for you. But we're going to move on from that now because it is 7:45 in the evening. And what is it? It's race day. That's right. These guys right here, as you can see on the grid, have been practicing all week, some every day of the week, some a couple of days of the week, for the Sunday Night Championship. I am your commentator, URL Harry Poppins, courtesy of the Ultimate Racing League. So here we are, Dragon Trail International Raceway. It's the Gardens. So it's not the dreaded Chicane of Death, it's the Chicane of Death's little sister, the Gardens. I do believe this is the normal way round. I don't think I've ever done it the normal way round. I've always done it the reverse because I prefer the reverse. But as I say, it is the Sunday, and the guys have been out there. They've done the 10 minutes of qualifying, and they're all now sitting there eagerly awaiting the race. So, shall we get on with it and have a look down the grid and see who is where? Okay, so on pole position on this Sunday night racing, we have URL Addy. Addy's really starting to come into his stride a little bit here. He's put in some fantastic results over the last couple of rounds, and so nonetheless, he's obviously on pole for the first race. In second spot, we have Seamus Cash, another guy that I know quite well, to be fair, especially being racing with this chap for many seasons. But obviously not this season because he's in a different league to me. Well, actually, I'm not in any leagues anymore because I thought I'd just probably might as well tell you that Harry Poppins has decided to retire from Sunday night racing. So commentary is all I'll be doing now until I get bored and decide to come back like I normally do. But at the moment, I am retired. So Seamus Cass, we'll go back to that. Seamus Cass, he's in second on the grid. In third spot, the man that you need to thank for being able to commentate on these replays is Grahamid Ali. So like I said, he's in third. In fourth spot, we have got Shadow 777. Now I have heard in the pit lane that Shadow's not completely happy with the NSX. So I do believe next round you're going to see him maybe rocking up in a different vehicle. He's not quite happy with it, so which is fair enough. It does obviously carry a mandatory minus 20 point deduction if you change a vehicle during the season. So all the best for Shadow 777 if he does decide to ditch the Honda NSX. And down in fifth spot we have got URL Rufus. In sixth we have Nordy. Seventh is Pete. 8th is Abish 95. 9th we've got Trainer Motorsport. 10th we have Stealth. And of course Vane in the Dodge Viper is all the way down the back in 11th. Now obviously there is only 11 today. Normally a lobby has 16. So what we probably can do, whether the guys in the Pro-AM2 wanted to or not, is if there is space, obviously, I could obviously pop in and do a live racing for them. So if you are interested in that, just drop a comment in my YouTube channel and I'm sure we could sort that out for you. It gives me something to do on a Sunday night, to be fair. But yeah, there we go. The grid is all laid out. It's like I said, it's Dragon Trail Gardens, 17 laps. This is a race 1 of 2. So let's get this show on the road. And a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and it's lights up, and away we go. And Addy himself, he didn't get a very good start, did he? It must be like a Porsche trait. He's been absolutely swamped. So poor old Addy, who started on pole, all that hard work that he put in. He's managed to gain a place back, which is good. He's gained a place back, so it's not all lost for him at the moment. He was on pole, but he dropped back to third at one point, or fourth maybe. up where Grahamid's the one that's dropped the lowest out of all of them, but he's not letting Seamus get away, is he, Eddie? He's just like, yes, this Porsche might be slow off the line, and there we go. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, up the inside of Seamus, and as we go back now, Addy has retaken that lead. I wonder whether it's a Porsche thing. Another thing I'd like you guys to comment either in the group chat or on the YouTube channel, whether it is actually a Porsche thing where it just kind of like bogs down and doesn't want to get away. I mean, certainly that BMW likes to get away, doesn't it? Because it literally launched itself off the line, which was great to see. As you can see there, Seamus is keeping Shadow 777 at bay in the Honda NSX. Now, I would expect the Honda NSX round here to be pretty nimble, if I'm honest, because it's MR, mid-engined, rear-wheel drive car. And you know what the old Japanese are like? They love designing cars like that, and just like that, for some reason, unbeknown to me, is Addy has come into the pits. Now maybe Addy's got a drive-through penalty. Let's have a look. Let's have a wait and see. Are there going to be any tyre changes? No. Right. So I do believe Addy must have had a drive-through penalty along with Bish. So that's not good for anybody, is it? That's put them way down the pack, but I have every confidence that they can catch up, because they're quick enough to do that. So if we go back up to the top now, at the moment in the lead, we're probably about 3 car lengths, is Seamus Cash, minding his own business. He's trying to extend that gap. So down in second spot we have got Pete. So Pete, he just recently, as we saw, overtook a Shadow 777 in that Honda NSX. So Pete has moved himself up to second spot. No need to go through the tyre selection because it is the first race, so they're all going to be on the soft, so no need to bore you with that this evening, especially in race 1 anyway. So as we see there, Seamus is starting to pull out a bit of a gap on Pete. I'm not sure whether Pete's been a little bit conservative or not. He's got a weary eye on Shadow 777 behind him, where he's got all light beaming on full beam by the looks of it, blinding Pete. Maybe that's why he can't get around the corner. Who knows? But like I said anyway, Shadow 777, he is in third spot, chasing down Pete to regain that second. In fourth, we have Grahamid in that gloriously looking Peugeot RCZ, and I'll say it again, I say it time and time again, you know, a lot of people underestimate that car. That car is a fantastic piece of engineering, just really underrated. And Grahamid, that the driver that he is clearly showing everybody, hey guys, it may be French, it may be a Peugeot, but you know what? It's actually a really good car. And it looks like he's having fun in there, doesn't he? Although Grahamid in that RCZ, that probably would have been, if I hadn't gone for the NSX or retired next season, I probably would have gone for that RCZ. But you never know, I might be back next season. I'm like a jack in the box. 1 minute I'm retired, 1 minute I come out, and then I retire, and then I get bored, and then I come back. So I know they're going to have to do a time trial to come back this time round, but I'm happy with that. So moving on, it's like I said, you've got Grahamid is in fourth spot. In fifth we've got Vane. So Vane is holding off a trio of Porsches, Nordy and Treader Motorsport, and he's got Stealth behind him there in the Z4. So doing a pretty good job at the moment is Vane, considering he started from the back. So he's moved up to fifth spot. So maybe he's starting to get a handle in this car, or maybe not. I'm not sure. But he's got a rear view mirror full of this man, Nordy, in one of the 992s. So Nordy down in sixth spot. Treader Motorsport not far behind. He's in seventh spot, and not far behind either is Stealth in the BMW Z4. In ninth spot we've got Rufus. Oh, looks like he had a bit of bumper kissing there between Rufus and Stealth. No harm done by the looks of it. There's no damage on the rear of Stealth, and there's no damage on the front of Rufus, so they can just carry on as they were. So we drop back a little bit down. Now the 10th spot is Addy in one of the 992s. as you saw at the beginning of the first lap, he came in, he must have served, obviously. I don't think there's such thing as a drive-through per se in GT7, not like what you'd get in like other motorsports, like real life motorsports, where you just drive through the pit lane. So he's obviously had to sit there, not select any fuel or tyres, and then he can get on his way. And that's obviously the same for Bish 95, but you can tell that Addy's on a mission because he's on the tail of Rufus, and as it stands at the moment on lap 4, almost completing lap 4, he set the fastest lap of a 1:32.6. So Addy is on a mission. He spent that 10 minutes getting on pole, only to be hoodwinked and has had to serve his penalty. Maybe he'll think about that next time. Who knows? You know. There we go. He's just set another fastest lap, 1:32.2. So like I say, Addy is on a mission. So we go back up to the top again, and here we have Seamus Cash holding it out the front. Nobody really bothering at the moment. He can just see Pete just behind him, but Pete is not really in the position to challenge Seamus at this moment in time. So Seamus is having it all his own way. Nobody to fight, just concentrate on the track, clear track as well. So what normally happens if you've got a clear track in front of you, aerodynamics tends to be a little bit better, because I don't think the slipstreaming is, well, I mean, it's unreal. So unless Pete gets up right behind him, he's not really going to get much of it. But as you can see here, Seamus is just minding his own business and getting on with the job, which is fine. Lap 5 out of 17. So let's have a look down the grid. What we've got here, so we've got Pete still in second spot, and we've got Shadow, who's dropped off the back of Pete now, and he's got Grahamid for company. Lovely car, isn't it? I'm not biased, by the way. Not only a little bit. I do like that thing. Never driven it in a season, but I've always wanted to. So good on Grahamid for showcasing it for us. As we can see, he's just gone across the start-finish line. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go on chase cam, because this is Dragon Trails, right? So as you can see, the old helicopter there, having a good old low flyby just to get a great shot of Shadow and Grahamid. But what I want to see as well, it looks like it's either early morning or the sun is dropping. As you can see, the seaside down there somewhere is dragons, no doubt about it. Somewhere down there, as everyone's going, those jibbling on, is Shadow has gone wide, and that has let Grahamid through. So Grahamid now moves up onto that third podium spot. While I was jabbering on, Shadow went a little bit wide, just a little bit too deep into that corner. So Grahamid now takes up that spot. So before we look at that, what I was actually trying to do was just have a look at the scenery, because if it is getting darker, there is literally no lighting on this track at all. Not as far as I can tell. Either that or I'm completely blind. So if we just watch Grahamid go round, I don't see any track lighting whatsoever, as Grahamid's lights are on. I mean, they've been on since start. Look at the view, look at the background. Look at the mountainside. Like, that is the one thing I do like about GT7. Attention to detail is second to none. So hats off to them for however many years it's taken them to make this game. They do make a good game, Polyphony Digital, so you can't complain about that. So as we see there, Grahamid, he's holding firm now in third spot. Shadow, as we saw, he went a little bit deep, and he's now dropped back to fourth, so he's going to be chasing Grahamid down. Nordy's dropped off the back of Shadow a little bit there, so maybe he's just backing off a little bit and just trying to manage his own race, and hopefully thinking that maybe Shadow will have another hiccup and he'll close the gap even more. Not probably maybe about 2-3 car lengths behind. China Motorsport in one of the sister 992s, Rufus, he's in 7th spot, coming under attack from Stealth. Now, Rufus, Stealth, Vane, Bish, and Addy. Now, something's happened to Addy because he was on the back of Rufus, but he's obviously, it's too far back to go back, I'm afraid. Whereas Addy's on a charge, but he's certainly got a, pardon my yawning, he's certainly got a, what do you say it? How would you say it? How would you say it? In this card, he's certainly got a mountain to climb, as he sees. I was waiting for that bit there. Addy's got a mountain to climb, figuratively speaking. So hopefully he can get onto the back of Bish again and then try and start climbing. But he's only got about 9 laps to do it, so he needs to get a bit of a wiggle on. Addy. So we'll go back up to the top, shall we? And as we can see, Seamus Cash, he's still out front. I don't think he's going to be bothered at the moment. He's clearly in the zone, and he's got Pete for company as well. Just in case he gets a little bit lonely, you can just about see him in the background. But let's have a look at lap times. So let's go say so. The fastest lap from Seamus was on lap 4, so that was a 1:32.6, and then he's done like a 1:33.4, 1:32.6, and then a 1:32.7. Pretty consistent. So we have a look at Pete. So Pete's, well, I think Pete's actually catching, to be fair. I mean, from lap 3, Pete's doing a 1:32.9, 1:32.7, 1:33 flat, and a 1:32.6 and a 1:32.8. Yeah, fairly consistent there from Pete, although yes, he's dropped into the 1:33s. And pretty consistent from Seamus, to be fair. I mean, there's not really a lot between the two of them, is there? Let's be realistic in saying that. And then we go back here, and then we go back here. So Graham's put in a 1:32, the first of the 1:32s that he's got. So he really is pulling the gap. And I've missed it again. So Nordy's now taking Shadow. Hang on, let's have a go. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to miss all of them. I don't want to miss all of them. So we've got Shadow here. So we've got Nordy. He's hang on a minute. What's happened here? Shadow come round, as he does. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is. See, I thought that was a bit odd because Nordy had caught him rapidly. So Shadow 777, he goes wide. Just what I was saying a little while ago. He'll be watching to see if Shadow makes another mistake, and he has. So Nordy has the momentum, and he's now taking that 4th spot. So Nordy, he can get on after Grahamid now, and poor old Shadow, he's dropped back to triple. I'm about to say he's dropped back to 777 then, haven't I? He's not quite 7th yet, but if he drops back to 7, we can go 777, can't he? 007. But it doesn't look to me like he's given up on 4th, is he? He's chasing Nordy down. Look at him glow. Look at the glow of the great discs of stuff. I wonder whether they're carbon. Does carbon glow, or is it just steel? Certainly be interesting to look, wouldn't it? I'm not going to bother googling it because I can't be bothered. Whether it is or not, I don't really care. It's not even real. As we go here, you see Shadow getting a little bit curb happy there. But it's nice to give all these guys a bit of airtime, doesn't it? So we're going to drop down here. So down in 6th spot, another 992. Watching, cool, blimey, he's all over the place, isn't he? Poor old Shadow. He's really fighting with that NSX. So it looks to me like he's going to lose another spot to a 992. So let's keep an eye on this. Keep it nice and tight, Shadow. Nice and tight. Don't get too happy. There we go. That's perfect. But I think the Cheddar Motorsport is now in the slipstream. Will he be able to capitalise on Shadow? I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but where is he? There he is. Now look at how much gain he has round that corner. That NSX must be... Get a grip, cameraman. Come on. Look at this. He's coming under all sorts. So Shadow's having a real torrid time in that NSX because he's now starting to have a train. So he's got Treader behind him. He's now got Rufus, and I tell you what, that's a good car. I don't think it's particularly the quickest car. Look at this. Shadow is really struggling in that Honda. I wonder why he wants to give it up. So Treader has now got the inside line, and I would expect him maybe. No, he's got the outside line now. He's going to go around the outside. Now he's thought better of it. As we can see, the dreaded lag is back, but I don't think it's just too bad compared to other. I'll tell you what, other races I've seen. So I'll tell you what we're doing. We're going to go on board with Rufus. We're going to have a look at these guys here, as trying to like jiggers left and right, looking for a way past. I'm not going to call him in Shadow 777. You see, we're going to call him 777 or Shadow. It's going to be one of them two because I can't be bothered to keep saying Shadow 777. Let's call him 777. That's your new name now, 777. So here we go, Rufus. He's got a good view. Trenner Motorsport pulls out. Here we go, onboard view. Has he got the inside line? Is he going to make it stick? He has. Trenner Motorsport has got ahead of 777, but 777 is having none of it. From what I can see, the cameraman's terrible in broadcast mode, isn't he? He literally cannot keep up with anybody. So a lot of racing going on here. So yeah, so here we go. So unfortunately Shadow, he's now dropped down to 6th, and soon I'd imagine he's going to have Rufus for company, because Rufus looks like he's on a mission as well. Looks very stable as well, doesn't that Ferrari? I don't think, looking at the stats, that the 296 is actually the one. I don't actually think it's one of the outright fastest for speed, the Ferrari, but I have heard it's pretty solid round the corners. As we can see, he's getting ever closer to Shadow. Now, as we saw there, where Rufus went a bit wide, that's because he lost the that's what you call understeer. He lost grip because he was too close to Shadow. So as we see there, Rufus in 7th spot. We've got Stealth creeping up behind in 8th spot. Back in 9th, we've got Bish. Earlier on, served a drive-through, keeping his nose clean, going about his business. Vane, here we go. This is what we want to have a look. So Addy, for all his battling with literally 6 laps to go now after this, he's on the back of Vane. Is he going to go for an overtake up the inside? Pretty foregone conclusion when you're up against a Dodge Viper. I honestly don't understand why he just take a 20 points. I'll take a 20-point drop, because it's. I honestly don't think it's working for him. Take the point, take the drop, man. I would. I mean, I know it's quick on the straights. I mean, it's American, so they are going to be quick. But they haven't learned how to corner yet. Even in 2026, they still can't corner. So, yeah, I think, you know, I'll just ditch it. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting relegated. What's the worst that could happen? I don't think you finish higher up than last. So, my advice to you, Vane. Oh, cool, blimey. My advice to you is get rid of it. Start afresh. Drive a car that you know you can drive. At least then you can pick up some points, because at this rate here, you're just going to be, well, I mean, it's only 11 out of 16, so, I mean, at least the worst case is going to get points for finishing 11th, so I don't think he is actually going to get relegated if people don't turn up, that is. And as I've been babbling on, we have a new race leader. Let me just go back up to, where is it? Quite some, blimey, oh here we go, we will go back up to that. So, as you can see here, I will go back up to the lap 13 where we were. So what's happened here then? Oh, there we go. So what's happened here with Seamus, poor old Seamus, minding his own business. Pete nowhere to be seen as he comes round. Okay, he just... No battling, he just got on the throttle a little bit too early and it just decided to kick him off. So that's unlucky for poor old Seamus. As we go back up to... Yeah, we go up to there we go. As we go back on board with these guys here, so we do have a new race leader, ladies and gentlemen, and that man is Pete. Like I said, in most of the races, Pete's driving the AMG 20, very stable car. Yeah, so Pete's now moved up into first spot. He's got Seamus for company in second, trying to chase him down after that BMW nearly tried to spit him off the track. So he'll be kicking himself, or maybe he'll be kicking the interior. You know, so at the moment it's BMW versus Mercedes. Back in third spot, still in third spot, I'd like to say, is obviously Grahamid. Nordy does look like he is starting to close the gap on him. If we have a look at the lap times again. So he's 32s, 32s, 33, 33, 32s. Grahamid is mainly in the 32s, but he has dropped into the 33s. So that's probably why Nordy's starting to catch him. I have heard from reliable sources that 992 is an absolute beast on fuel, tyres and handling. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's catching that RCZ, because the RCZ is getting old. I'm not going to lie, it is old, but it's still a rather good car. We're going to go back down to here. So we're in fifth spot here. We've got Trent Motorsport, nobody in front, nobody behind. You've got Rufus, and here we go. See, I've missed that one as well. So Rufus has managed to take Shadow 777. So 777 has now become 777. He's down to 7th. Poor old Shadow. Started off so well, and he's literally just falling down the grid. 8th, we've got Stealth and we've got Bish. So like I said, Bish served that drive-through penalty, but he's just keeping himself to himself. But he's not keeping himself to himself anymore, is he? Because he fancies giving his German counterpart a battle. Bish looks like he wants that 8th spot off poor old Stealth, and Stealth's going to have to fight for it by the looks of it, because that Mercedes does look quick. It does look quick. Is he going to go for it up the inside? Ooh, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Nice tight apex turn there, and he's done it. Just enough to put Stealth off. So Stealth has to go wide. So Bish moves up to 8th. Stealth, he's dropped down to 9th. It doesn't look like to me like he's finished with Bish. So we'll just stick with these guys just for a few more corners. It does produce some good racing, this track. It is probably, I'm not going to lie, it is one of my pretty favourite tracks, but the reverse of it. I'm going to have a look back here because I saw someone spin. Here we go. So the pole sitter, yes, it can chuck you round, can't it? Poor old Daddy. He really has not had a good day, has he? As you can see, the frustration building up in it, trying to get that car turned around and back on track. He really doesn't want to finish last, does he? Poor old Daddy. And he goes again, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go back up to these two boys. So like I said, great pass from Bish, which has enabled him to get ahead of Stealth, but it doesn't look to me like Stealth's going to let it go. Although Bish is starting to put out a bit of a gap on him. So 9th at the moment is where Stealth is. 10th is Vane. He's moved back up to 10th after poor old Daddy's little off-roading adventures caused by the curbs. As you can see, the curbs, they are quite raised, so they've got the little lip around the inside. So if you get too greedy, it can and will spin the car around. So we're going to go back up to the top, and Pete has not managed to streak away from Seamus as we are on lap 15. So he really does. He really has got Sheamus for company, hasn't he? Sheamus wants that spot back. So we're going to stick with these two guys for a minute and see how they get on. Sheamus is literally all over the back. All over the back of Pete. Go on, let's go on board with this. I want to see him. He gets on the floor, throttled down. Pardon me. Does look great inside that Beamer, doesn't it? Well, German. Very efficient. Very elegant. Let's have a look in the Mercedes. Ah, even more plain. You know, not a lot going on in there, is there? Just a dashboard with a steering wheel. You know, functionality comes to mind when it's when German manufacturing. A little bit more functionality in there. It looks more entertaining. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go down through the cars. Quick lap 16. So here we go. This is the interior of a Mercedes. Very bland, typical German. The BMW looks a little bit. I mean, this BMW, yeah. I mean, I'd say this looks pretty decent. To be fair, I'd be happy to drive that. And then we go to the Peugeot. Well, I mean, what can I say? I mean, that is about as basic as you can get, is it not? Not really anything going on in there. I mean, just to spice up a bit, they're giving you a rear view camera on your dashboard, so you can't even put anything in the centre up at the top. So, yeah, a bit bland. Great car, a bit bland. Nordi, that's probably the most exciting one out of all of them. The Porsche. Look at the interior. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Trainer Motorsport, another Porsche. Gorgeous. Rufus. Ferrari. Just reeks sex appeal. Bish. Bland. We've seen this one already. Honda need to step up their game. For Porsche again, and of course we've got the old boat, as you like to call it. Sounds good though. And looks a lot tighter in there than it normally does, doesn't it? But anyway, we are on the final lap. As you know, I've done you a little slip through for what the interiors look like. So the winners of that is obviously got to be the Porsche and the Ferrari in terms of looks appeal of the interior. But Pete is holding his own up front. I don't think Sheamus has got. Oh, I won't say that because it's a commentator's curse. I was going to say I don't think Sheamus he's got anything left in the tank. I think he might. I don't know whether he would. No, why would he? I don't think he would settle for second. He wants that spot back. Those evil angel eyes bearing down on Pete. Pete will be looking in the rearview mirror. This is why Sheamus is so close to him. Because Pete is driving conservative now. He knows he's only got 2 more turns. Now this is where it could all change. Pete needs to defend that inside line. He needs to defend it. He cannot show Sheamus the inside line. Oh, and as we see, oh my crikey, Montgomery. I thought Pete had gone really wide there. Oh, his heart must be pounding. So here we go. Congratulations to Pete. Pete crosses the line in first. Sheamus in second. Sorry, Graham's in third. Nordy's in fourth. Treader fifth. Rufus crosses the line in sixth. Biss crosses the line in seventh. Stealth, great race from Stealth. He recovers to finish in eighth. Shadow, poor old Shadow, he's dropped down to ninth, so he crosses the line. Poor old Shadow. Addy, after all his adventures, he's managed to claw himself back up to 10th spot, which is, I suppose, is consolidation for the poor lad. So at least he crosses the line in 10th spot. And last but not least is Vane in 11th. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another fantastic race provided by the Pro-AM2 guys at the Dragon Trail Gardens. They'll be back in a little while for the RACE1 reverse grid. So yeah, so you've been watching URL Harry Poppins Race Channel, courtesy of the Ultimate Racing League, and of course our sponsors Down Under, Prop Up and Co. So it's been an absolute privilege and sharing this race with you today. So yeah, I'll see you at the next one. Bye bye now.